Oh, nothing, just remembered something, Jungkook said with a sheepish look. In return, he got a confused, questioning look from Jimin. What? Nothing much, Jiminy, but first, tell me, are you feeling tired? Kind of, but why do you ask? Jimin answered honestly. Oh, I just wanted to take you somewhere, but it's okay, we had a long day shopping, so I understand. Maybe next time, Jungkook said genuinely, meaning it as he was also feeling tired yet didn't want to end the day already, so he thought of something. He got his hand on the gear stick, about to get the car moving, when he got stopped with Jimin's hand on top of his. You know what, Jungkookie? On second thought, I am not that tired, so we can still go to wherever you plan to take me, I guess. We can still spend a few hours at whatever place you have in mind, okay? So let's go, Jimin said, trying to be nonchalant about it, yet couldn't hide the rush of excitement he felt at the thought of not ending their day yet, even though he felt he was done for the day in terms of tiredness. Hearing this, Jungkook just looked at Jimin, mildly bemused. He just shook his head with a small chuckle and put the car into drive, taking a U-turn without saying anything further. Now, this confused Jimin about why Jungkook would take a U-turn. Did he perhaps forget something in the mall? Just as Jungkook pulled into the parking spot, Jimin couldn't contain his confusion any longer and asked, seeing the other person doing something on his phone without getting out. Why are we back at the mall? You said you wanted to take me somewhere. Did you forget something? What happened, Jungkookie? Jimin said, asking one question after the other without a break. Jungkook looked up from his phone as he heard Jimin. I was just checking something, and no, I didn't forget anything, it's just that the place I wanted to take you is inside the mall. Jimin had a look of understanding on his face, with an, oh, face, nodding slightly. Jungkook couldn't help the smile from forming on his face as he saw Jimin's cute expression. He opened the door from his side, went down, and opened it for Jimin without Jimin noticing him. As Jimin heard his door opening, he looked up and saw Jungkook standing there, leaning against it. He flinched slightly, snapping his face to the other side towards the driver's side, where Jungkook was supposed to be, as per him. Would you like to step out now? Or do you need more time, Minnie? Not that I mind standing here, but I think the place I want to take you to would mind. Jungkook joked as Jimin still hadn't stepped out. Jimin immediately stepped out, flushed, and stood beside Jungkook, with no idea what he was supposed to do next. Jungkook gently took Jimin's hands in his, pulling him to walk alongside him as they once again made their way inside the mall. Soon, they had reached somewhere that left Jimin staring at it in sheer amazement. It was in Jimin's POV. As we walked back into the mall, I wondered what he wanted to show me. I was even looking around to see if there was anything interesting or anything that wasn't about shopping and eating, but I really couldn't see anything like that. Until I felt Jungkook stop walking, making me stop walking ahead as well. I looked back at him, wondering why we had suddenly stopped, but he wasn't looking at me at all, he was gazing ahead with a gentle smile. I, too, looked ahead of me to see what it was that was making him smile like that, only to be struck with the beautiful wonder myself. It was an aquarium. I didn't know there was an aquarium inside this mall. I have been to the Lot World Aquarium and Aquaplanet 63, and I thought those were it. But damn, we have one in this mall too. How cool is it? I didn't realize Jungkook was now staring at me, but as I began to head towards the aquarium unknowingly, I couldn't move any further after a few steps, so I looked back to see why Jungkook wasn't walking as well, only to notice that he had his gaze fixed on me with a look of wonder, admiration. I wasn't quite sure exactly what it was, but he seemed to be lost in deep thought with a beautiful smile that I loved, splitting his face. I couldn't help the shyness that crept into me because of the way he kept staring, and the fact that our hands were still bonded together wasn't helping much. What happened, Jungkookie? Aren't we going inside the aquarium? I asked, looking down, trying not to give away the shyness I felt as Jungkook was still gazing at me with the same look. You look beautiful when you're glowing with happiness. Jungkook replied instead, making me completely flustered. What is wrong with him? Why is he saying stuff like that out of nowhere? I wasn't prepared at all, he should have warned me first. For the few minutes after that, I couldn't make myself look at Jungkook, and I could feel Jungkook's gaze locked on me. Why can't he look away? Doesn't he know how flustered he makes me with his behavior? What is he really trying to do? It went on until I heard him clearing his throat. I think we should head to the aquarium. There aren't many hours left for its closing time. It would be better if we don't waste any more time standing outside, I heard him say. I mean, was I the one wasting time outside? He was busy standing here and staring at me. So, who's the one wasting time? I thought to myself and didn't realize I was pouting. Something wrong, Minnie. Why are you suddenly pouting? He asked, seemingly noticing my pout. I mean, who is the one wasting time outside? Me or you? I wasn't the one lost staring at myself, so how am I wasting time? I grumpily stated. I knew I was pouting intensely, but I didn't care. How dare he say I was wasting time? Jungkook scratched the back of his neck with a weird smile. He looked embarrassed. Alright, it was me, but I am not sorry. You were worth all the time to look at, he suddenly said, looking all smug, making me bashful. I don't think he felt embarrassed at all as he wiggled his eyebrows, watching me go red over his comment, but I did. I felt embarrassed for both of us and didn't know what to do with it. I ended up slapping his pecs to make him stop, but he just laughed in return. How annoyingly charming he is. Not long after, we were roaming around in the aquarium, looking at all the different species floating in the water around us. It was all so fascinating, the various beautiful fishes, colorful, sparkling, different in size and shape. It was also enchanting that I could not take my eyes off them, the wonders of the ocean right in front of my eyes. I didn't want to even blink more than required. Let's take a moment to appreciate the aquarium. We were walking through the underwater tunnel, and there weren't many people around, maybe because it was so late, but my attention was not on who was around me. I was having a hard time keeping up with taking in everything around me. There were fish everywhere I looked. It felt like I was standing at the base of the ocean, looking at the life beneath the surface. It was scarily beautiful. Don't think I am overreacting. I have always loved aquariums cause no matter how many times I see the world underwater, it never fails to amaze me. At this point, I would have had no idea if Jungkook was following with me if not for his hand in mine. Out of nowhere, I felt a hard push on my side. It was so sudden that I didn't realize my world tilting, nor did I get the time to process what happened as I was falling to the floor. In a desperate need to stop myself from falling, I flared my hands around to grab at anything around me to stabilize myself, but there was only something, actually someone, none other than Jungkook, close enough for me to hold onto as he was already reaching out to save me from falling. And everything that happened after that was in slow motion, like in some romantic movie. Instead of stopping my fall, I saw Jungkook coming down with me, but I guess in the last attempt of saving me from hurting as we fell, I saw Jungkook flipping us around right before I met the floor, making him fall on his back first and me landing right on top of him. How cinematic it all felt. Him lying on the ground, be right on top of him, and us being completely surrounded by the ocean, but. That wasn't the worst part. I had fallen on top of him in a way that had made our lips meet in a lip lock. I had short-circuited the moment I realized his lips were on mine, lying frozen on top of him, staring at him with wide eyes. But was it really the worst part? Or should I say the best part?